And I greet everyone this morning. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby. I am the spiritual director of Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focused Ministry. We welcome you to our morning meditation. We're exposing our audiences on our platforms to as much of our morning meditations during our Lenten season as possible. So today I'm going to invite you to join me. I'm going to invite you to just simply enter into the silence. And the title of this morning's meditation is A New Heaven. And I'm going to invite you to let go of all of your ideas about heaven and to open up to a more expanded awareness of heaven. When we enter into the silence and we greet the day with warmth, we allow for newness to fulfill itself. So we'll sit for a moment in this silence. Our reading this morning comes from 365, Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. Our biblical reading comes from Revelations, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Fear is the great enemy of man. It is impossible for a person to do his best if he is filled with anxiety. Unless we live without fear today, we will dread tomorrow. Those who live in the dread of tomorrow generally harbor memories of things that were unpleasant in their previous experience and expect that more of this unpleasantness will transpire in the future. The present day in which they live is robbed of all peace and joy. This so disturbs the mind that restful sleep is impossible. Such people seldom rise in the morning filled with a buoyant joy, hope, anticipation, and the natural enthusiasm and zest for living that we all need if we are to get the most out of life. Yesterday is forever past. We cannot live with it. No matter how we regret what happened yesterday, it is impossible, actually, to live it over again. But too often, in our imagination, we do live over again and again, and in doing so, bring the misery of yesterday into today. Learn to forget yesterday. After we have gone over it and learned from our mistakes, the thing to do is to correct those mistakes and forgive ourselves of anything that we have done. I'm inviting you to breathe those words in this morning. And as you're breathing these words in this morning, I invite you to sit with them. And simply begin to allow wisdom to prevail. I invite you to allow love to be the healing agent. And I invite you to allow for a new heaven, a new state of awareness to expand itself within you. Our reading this morning is coming from 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. Our biblical reading comes from Revelations chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Ernest Holmes writes, fear is the great enemy of man. It is impossible for a person to do his best if he's filled with anxiety. Unless we live without fear today, we will dread tomorrow. Those who live in dread of tomorrow generally harbor memories of things that were unpleasant in their previous experience and expect that more of this unpleasantness will transpire in the future. The present day in which they live is robbed of all peace and joy. This disturbs the mind that restful sleep is impossible. Such people seldom rise in the morning filled with buoyant hope, joyful anticipation, and natural enthusiasm and zest for living that we all live if we were to get the most out of life. Yesterday is forever past. We cannot relive it. No matter how we may regret what happened yesterday, it is impossible actually to live it over again. But often in our imagination, we do live it over and over again. And in doing so, bring all the misery of yesterday into today. Learn to forget yesterday. After we have gone over it and learned by our mistakes, the thing to do is to correct those mistakes and forgive ourselves of anything we have done. I invite you to breathe those words in this morning, anchored in this space of perfect love, and with a new intention and a new attention, we direct our focus on a new state of awareness, a new heaven. We direct our attention on a new earth, allowing ourselves to be grounded in the truth of our lives. And in this very moment, right here and right now, allowing the nature of the divine to expand itself as infinite possibilities. And I acknowledge it right now, and I acknowledge it as the truth of being. And in this state of awareness, I behold that truth and I acknowledge it as the mirror and the reflection within my life experience. And what I know about myself, I know about all of humanity. So in this space, right here, right now, I affirm perfect wholeness within my body temple, knowing that there is perfect balance, perfect circulation. And that perfect balance and circulation is the truth that I know that is unfolding for every single person that is tapped into this experience this morning. Allowing the broadcast that Ernest Holmes spoke of yesterday to fulfill itself within all corners of the earth. I'm acknowledging a sacred healing, God revealed as the essence of life. And I know that if it fulfills itself as divine radiance within every cell of my being, I know that it is the truth within every part of this thing we call my body, our bodies. And I acknowledge that same power within our mental capacity, our emotional capacity, and I acknowledge it within the body of our lives. I acknowledge it as that one and only source, the divine wisdom and the answer, the ways and the means within all of our affairs. So what I'm knowing is every need is met, from that of perfect health to that of balance and harmony in loving relationships. I'm acknowledging that wonderful presence as the source within our finances, knowing that there is perfect circulation, that our good cannot be denied, and that we participate and we enjoy the beauty of reciprocity, giving and receiving, and we enjoy the beauty of creativity fulfilling itself within us, and we stand in a place of sacred service, allowing the beauty of life to give, to support, to grow, and express itself as soul satisfaction as we all entangle ourselves and integrate ourselves into this space of oneness. We breathe right now, and we simply know that there is only one power and one presence, and that it is alive, it's present everywhere, within everything, and everyone we greet today. And we release the outer appearances, allowing them to dissipate, the regrets to all dissipate into its native nothingness. We allow for its disempowerment to fall to the wayside today. And we breathe, we give thanks, and we simply allow it to be and affirm. And so it is, and now it is. Amen, Amen, and Ashe. I want to open my eyes and look into your eyes. And I want to say, I see your beauty. I see the presence of the great I am moving through you. I'm inviting you to have the best day ever as we continue to progress and move forward. And I'm inviting you also to join us and find out more about our community at Seatfm.org. And there is something extraordinary that is coming up since we're getting ready to move into our Holy Week. I'm inviting you to join us on Second Saturday. It is going to be extraordinary because on Second Saturday, we have what we call spiritual mind treatment. I'm going to call it a clinic with one of our practitioners that love prayer. And we're looking at ways to create and set new tones within our lives through spiritual practice. And I have a feeling you will be truly blessed with a 30-minute, just 30 minutes, dedicated time with her learning about the 5-step method and how you can apply it in your daily life. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I think we'll drop in tomorrow during this Lent season. Look at what you can let go of and look at what you can open yourself up to. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye, YouTube.